Anthony, are you awake?
I'm awake, Kelly. Oh, I thought you were going to bed early tonight.
I wanted to get some rest before the wedding tomorrow. But my nerves are keeping me awake. I just need some rest, but I can't sleep.
Well, you usually don't go to bed until 1 a.m. Did you at least get a chance to relax? You haven't been to your parents' house in a while.
I suppose you're right. Dad was emotional throughout dinner. I hope he can hold it together during the ceremony. What if he tears up while walking me down the aisle?
Your dad loves you so much. Let's make tomorrow's wedding unforgettable. We'll bring tears of joy to his eyes.
Come on, quit teasing. Anyway, I'm really struggling to fall asleep. I might end up staying up late if this continues.
Are you all right?
Well, I'll do my best to catch some shut-eye.
All right then. How about I take you for a short drive, just an hour?
Are you sure?
I can't sleep either right now. Plus, you always manage to fall asleep instantly in the passenger seat.
I don't intend to always fall asleep in the passenger seat. It's just that, you know. Your driving is so comforting, it makes me feel safe.
Yeah,
That must be it.
Well, if you say so. I'll come pick you up then.
Okay. Thanks, Anthony. I love you so much.
Kelly, are you awake? Are you okay? You're not eating much these days. Look, I'm not saying you need to leave your room. But can you just eat a little more? If you tell me what you want, I'll make it. I'm making shrimp cocktail and pasta for lunch today. Your favorite. You love them both, right? I'll leave it on the floor by your room, so just eat a little bit. Kelly, you didn't eat lunch, huh? Are you really all right? You didn't eat anything last night either. I'm worried because you're eating less and less these days. What if we lose you as well? Please. I think it's time you faced what happened to Anthony. I'm sure this is very difficult for you. But Anthony would be sad to see you like this.
Stop it. Don't say Anthony's name.
Kelly. You might not want to, but listen to me. The other day, when Dad and I went to visit Anthony's grave, we happened to see Anthony's parents. They were really worried about you, Kelly. They said that you probably weren't ready to face them directly. But they had a message for you. They said they were so glad that you were the one to marry their son, Kelly. They want you to live on without blaming yourself. They want to meet up with you once you can come outside. See? There are people who are waiting for you to recover. Of course, Dad, and I want to see you go back to living normally too. So please.
Stop it. I know that I can't keep being like this. But I just can't help it. I can't help but think that it's my own fault.
That's not true.
I bet that's what everyone's thinking deep down. That it's my fault that Anthony is gone. But nobody's confronted me about it. Why not? If I didn't tell Anthony I couldn't sleep, he wouldn't have driven that night. And if he didn't drive, he wouldn't have died.
Nobody's thinking like that, and you shouldn't either. You're not at fault at all. It's the fault of the other driver for texting and driving. You're a victim too, Kelly.
I wish I would have just died with him.
Don't say that.
I really can't see the point in life anymore. I lost the love of my life. On the day before the wedding. Maybe I'm cursed. Why was it only me who survived? I don't understand. Anthony is kinder and smarter than me. I wish he survived instead of me. That would have made the world a better place.
It wouldn't have improved things if he'd died instead of you. If the roles were reversed, Anthony would have felt the same about you. You're being too hard on yourself. I understand why you're thinking that way. But it wasn't your fault or Anthony's. I can say that with absolute certainty.
I can't see it that way. It feels like the world has come to a standstill since the accident. I dream about Anthony every night. I keep reliving our happy memories together. That's why I find solace in my dreams but despair when I'm awake. I wonder why Anthony is gone. My only comfort since that day has been my dreams. I just want to sleep and never wake up.
Kelly, please. If this continues, Dad and I will have to pull you out of this room. Otherwise, you'll waste away as well.
What? Is that a threat? Are you planning to take me to the hospital? I can't go on no matter where you take me. It would all be in vain.
When I saw you the other day, you looked so frail. You seemed like you were on the verge of fading away. I can't bear to see that. I don't care if you resent me. I still want you to survive. You're my beloved daughter, Kelly.
Then you need to think with me, Mom. We have to find a way to bring Anthony back. We must do it, no matter what.
Kelly.
I despise this. I can't imagine a life without Anthony. There's no purpose in life for me without him. I understand that you're concerned and trying to help. But it's not enough for me. No one can replace Anthony.
Kelly. I'll do everything in my power to assist you. But if you refuse to confront reality, I can't assist you.
Then just forget about me. I don't want to face reality. If you think I'm living in a dream world, so be it. I'd rather live in a dream with Anthony than face reality without him. Please, Mom. It's extremely difficult for me to discuss Anthony with you. Just leave me be.
Kelly, you won't believe what just happened. A letter arrived, and it's from Anthony. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it's true. The sender is definitely Anthony. I'd like you to take a look at it, because it's addressed to you.
What are you trying to say? Anthony has been gone for a while now. You were the one who told me to face reality. So don't feed me such an obvious lie.
I swear, I'm telling the truth. Hold on, I'll slip it under your door.
No, please don't. There's no point in doing that. Please, don't fill me with false hope. I know you want me to leave my room. But there's no need for such petty tricks.
I promise, I'm not playing tricks on you. This letter is genuinely from Anthony. There's no fakery here. I checked the date, it's from the day before the accident 3 years ago. It's like some kind of time capsule mail. So it must be what Anthony scheduled to send today from the past.
But why now?
We won't know until you take a look. So take your time and read it when you're ready.
All right. I'll do that.
It should be around our wedding anniversary. If you're reading this, we've been together for 3 years. I hope we're doing well. This letter was meant to be an anniversary surprise for you. But I also heard from a coworker that the honeymoon period wears off after 3 years. So I admit I was a little scared. I just hope we haven't been swallowed up by the monotony of our married life. You can't blame me for being worried. Of course, I only have eyes for you, Kelly. But I know that work can be stressful and you can take your spouse for granted. I can only hope that I haven't let that sort of thing make me unpleasant around you. You might have some things you want me to change about myself. If that's the case, you should show me this letter as well. Remember when we were introduced to each other through Lawrence? My first impression of you was that you were very shy and gentle. Honestly, I thought I would find it difficult to get along with you. But after getting to know you, I realized you weren't really like that. You were actually a very strong person with a bubbly side too. You always brightened up the room. It wasn't love at first sight, but I fell for you quickly. So I chased you pretty hard at first. But you seemed put off at the beginning. Still, in the end, you chose me. You made the decision to spend the rest of your life with me. My time with you is the happiest I've ever been. I felt very blessed to be able to feel that way. So I vowed to make you happy too, Kelly. I wanted to make sure that you felt glad about meeting me and marrying me. So if we ever fight, I want you to remember this letter. I can be pretty stubborn at times. I find it hard to express my true feelings too. But you know that best about me. You mean the world to me, Kelly. Your beautiful smile, your positive attitude, I love everything about you. You never know what happens in life. I'm sure our relationship will have downs, as much as we get along. But if it's with you, I'm sure I can make it through. I'll always be on your side. Please don't forget that. I love you more than anything. Forever yours, Anthony.
Kelly, are you okay? You read the letter, right?
Yeah,
I read it. It really was from Anthony.
Right. I'm not sure if I should ask, but what was the letter about? Oh, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Well, he was worried about our married life becoming monotonous after 3 years. He's such a worrywart.
That's Anthony, all right. When we went on vacation together, he took so much stuff with him in case of emergencies. Everyone told him we don't need so much. I guess you could call him well organized. That brings back memories. That was a fun vacation, right?
yeah,
Anthony told me that he was going to make me happy. He says he fell for my positive and cheerful personality. If he saw me now, I guess he'd hate me.
Not at all. But he would be really worried.
That's not fair. I wasn't prepared for this letter. It feels like Anthony is still alive. I was just looking at photos of me and him together. He looked so happy in all of them. But it wasn't just him. I was so happy as well.
Yeah, you two always looked happy together to me too. I thought you were perfect for one another. You both got along with each other's families too. Everyone adored you both.
I really loved Anthony so much. I always believed that the wedding would just go ahead as planned. I thought we'd enjoy life with the two of us for a bit, then have kids. I thought we could grow old together and have a fulfilling life. But reality was too different. I lost Anthony. I just couldn't take it.
I understand. It's not easy to accept or move on from such a sudden loss.
yeah,
But I felt a little strange after reading this letter. It felt like Anthony was still watching over me 3 years later. I wanted to tell him not to say things like that to me. Not to leave me again. But I can't help but be overwhelmed by my love for him. Even when I'm broken like this, reading his letter made me smile. My head is swimming with all sorts of emotions. It's maybe best to describe that I feel it's unfair he's done this to me.
Anthony really is well organized, leaving you such a thoughtful letter in advance. But I feel what he's done is a little unfair too.
Why?
Dad and I have been keeping an eye on you for 3 years. But it only took Anthony one moment to make you feel better. Of course, that's a good thing though.
Well, I'm sorry, Mom.
It's fine. This is something only Anthony could have accomplished, after all. I can only express my gratitude for him sending this letter to you after 3 years. He was the best son-in-law I ever had.
Yeah.
He would have been the best husband for me too. I'm sorry for causing you and Dad so much trouble.
It's not troublesome at all. I'm just relieved that you're sharing your feelings with me now. The hardest thing is to keep everything bottled up inside. If you ever feel overwhelmed again, you can count on me and Dad from now on. You don't have to carry this burden alone. No matter what it is, we'll be here for you.
Thank you. Maybe it's too late, but after reading the letter, I feel like I can try to live again. I still don't want to accept that Anthony is gone. But the fact is he loved me so much, and I was once happy. So I can find happiness again. It might not happen immediately.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. One step at a time. There's no rush. Better late than never. You're still only 30, Kelly. You have your whole life ahead of you.
Thank you for supporting me all this time. Thank you for not giving up on me.
What do you mean? Of course, we wouldn't give up on you, Kelly. Anyway, you should talk to your dad about this too. He didn't know how to approach you after what happened. So he kept his distance. But he's become even quieter since you started isolating yourself in your room. He's sighing all the time. He'll probably cry a lot today when he finds out what happened. I'll likely be right beside him, crying just as much. I'm so grateful.
I'm ashamed of myself. I walked past Dad so many times. But I always ignored him.
So what if you did? Nothing has changed. We're family.
Right. Hey, Mom, thank you too. I'm sorry for not eating the food you made for me. I'll make up for all the sadness I've caused by bringing happiness to everyone.
You don't have to change so suddenly. Just take things slowly, at your own pace. We're just happy that you're embracing life again.
Yeah.
As long as I'm alive, I might still be able to experience happiness again.
Yeah, the first step is to start living. That's the most important part of life.
Mom? Maybe, just maybe. I don't think I can do this while I'm alive, but if I can meet Anthony again, I want to be someone he can fall in love with all over again. So I want to rediscover the person he fell in love with in the first place. It's all right for me to hope for that, right? Mom's words were true. The moment I stepped out of my room, Dad burst into tears. I embraced him after what felt like an eternity, holding him close. His tears were contagious, and I couldn't help but cry as well. I realized that I wasn't the only one suffering since that day. It's a relief that I finally recognized this. I established a daily routine in an attempt to return to a semblance of normalcy. I've started working part-time a few days a week and contemplating my future career plans. I also managed to visit Anthony's grave for the first time. As expected, it was an emotional challenge. My legs shook, and I struggled to move forward. Thankfully, my parents were there to support me, and I made it through. I'm still grappling with Anthony's loss. But I'm prepared to confront the reality. Life is too short. So, I want to fulfill all the dreams Anthony and I had, even those from before. Although he's gone, the cherished memories of our times together remain in my heart. Whenever I think of him, it's as if he's right here with me. That's why I want to return to the person I was when Anthony loved me. I'm grateful to have met and married such an incredible man. I love him more than anything.